There's something magical about a real Christmas tree, the way it looks and the wonderful fresh scent. Joining me this morning is Marcia Gray, Executive Director of the Michigan Christmas Tree Association, to tell us everything we need to know about getting a real tree. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
These trees are beautiful. Tell us what we need to do to find the best real tree.
Well, when you're looking for a fresh tree, you want to look for just that, freshness. If you're going to cut your own farm, obviously you're getting a fresh tree, you're cutting it yourself. But if you're going to a tree lot, you want to just take a look at the trees and actually get in there and feel the trees. When we touch the trees, it's supple, it feels like there's still moisture content in that tree. That's what you're looking for. If a couple of brown needles fall off the tree, that's not an issue. But if you pull your hand and a lot of green needles are coming off, that tree is too dry and you really don't want to select it.
Talk about the benefits when we're talking about real tree versus artificial tree. I'm sure you get that question a lot.
We do get that question a lot. And some consumers are afraid that if they cut down a tree, they're taking a tree off the planet. And it's really important that we explain that that's not at all the case. These are a farm-grown product, just like corn, soybeans, all the other crops we have here in Michigan. We have growers who plant them, nurture them, harvest them, and we replant. So while the tree is growing, it's providing oxygen, wildlife habitat, all kinds of wonderful things for the earth. And by buying those trees, you're ensuring that we'll plant more and continue doing that.
So once you get it home, how do you care for it the best way?
You know, that's a great question, and it's a really simple process, but it's really critical if you want your tree to last. We always encourage people to give their tree a fresh cut. Just take a ½ inch off the base. They'll do it usually for you right at the tree lot. Get that tree home and into water right away. You need lots of water. The first few days, check it twice a day. The tree may take up quite a bit. After that, once a day is enough, but make sure the water level never goes below the base of the tree.
You know, every year sometimes we hear about tree fires when it comes to real trees. How do we make sure we do this safely?
Well, it's really important. First of all, we like people to understand that a fresh tree is actually safer than a dry tree or an artificial tree. The important thing to remember is keep it watered, keep it fresh, keep it away from sources of heat or flames. Trees will not spontaneously combust. They're not just going to burst in flame. You want to use current UL certified lights. You don't like the big old-fashioned ones. Those are kind of fun, but they're very hot and they can create issues in a tree or anything else that they touch. And you want to put your tree away from things like the fireplace and open candles, that sort of thing.
And when the holidays are over, what do you do with it?
Well, it's actually a pretty simple process. In most communities, you drag it to the curb. Most communities do have tree pickup. Some will actually come and ship those trees in a mulch. They might use those in their parks, or you could pick up mulch to take for your garden. But if your tree even makes it all the way to the landfill, you don't have to feel bad about that, because this tree is completely biodegradable. It's going to completely break down.
And in terms of finding the trees, they really are everywhere.
Yeah, Michigan trees, you're going to find them everywhere, whether it's a local Christmas tree lot, a big box store, or one of our own cut-your-own-tree farms.
Okay, and prices, I'm sure, vary.
Prices will vary primarily based on the tree variety that you select and the height.
All right. Marcia, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And we're going to have all the details on our website, WXYZ.com. Just check the Scene on 7 section.